Good morning, Kohala. This is Uncle David coming to you from KNKR 96.1 LPFM, and that was, again, the great John Cruz singing Island Style. Now we're going to go to Kamehameha Park, where we're having the Kohala Reunion, and it'll be Mr. Len Winkler and Bob Martin taking it over from here. Okay, go ahead, Len. You're on the air and take over.
Welcome to KNKR 6.1 FM in Kohala Radio, and we're here at the 2015 reunion. And bear with us. This is Len Winkler, and we're having fun. And now we're going to go outside. So we're moving along here. And we're going out to, because we're going to have a few different ceremonies taking place. One is going to be the introduction of the national anthem. We've got the color guard. We've got the National Guard alumni. It's really going to be neat, and we're going to try to get all the sound from the activities to be able to be covered directly on the radio here. So this is all a experiment, hopefully working perfectly. So, okay, so we've got that taken care of. Now, we've got nice music. We've got about, I'd say a couple hundred people here. I'm going to make sure that, there we go, make sure that my volumes are halfway decent.
Okay. This is David, Len, you're sounding great, so everything's good.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Uncle David. I'm walking around, and there are people sitting under the beautiful tent here. We've got some National Guard people who are standing around getting ready for the ceremony. We've got a tent here for the Kohala High Class of 1979. It's their 35th year reunion. There's a class of 85 that's getting more contemporary for Kohala High School. There's lots of iced tea for sale, passion orange juice, bottles of water. I mean, there's so much stuff going on here, and it's still early. So, the activities just started because it just opened at 10 o'clock. And by the way, this is KNKR Radio, broadcasting live from Kohala. And welcome if you're listening to us online. There were reports yesterday that people were listening actually from Europe and Canada and different states, of course, New York and New Jersey, Nevada. That was pretty neat. On different islands, Oahu, Maui. So please pass the word that KNKR is available online and also on smartphone. You can listen with the TuneIn app on your Android or iPhone. So that works also. Pretty neat that KNKR is our second day of operation. We go Tuesday with a soft opening, and we'll have programming from 10 to 12 every day except Sunday. So from all during the week except Sundays. And on the 27th, we will go to our full morning block, which will start at 7 in the morning and go to noon. And we've got so many different kinds of shows. We've got a Women's Voices show. We've got Swap Shop. We've got Riding Home with Carl T. We've got Uncle David's Big Show on Monday and Wednesday mornings to wake up and hear the fishing report, the surf report, the weather report, the news, and great tunes. And something about KNKR different than many other stations. We have over 2,000 albums, vinyls. That's right, vinyls that we'll be playing. So we're going to get a real mix of different types of music. We're going to specialize, hopefully, in a lot of local Kohala bands playing on the air. It should be a really good mix. A lot of issue discussions. We're going to have news. We're going to have, you name it, we're going to be your Kohala radio station. And it could never have been done without a group of people that have worked tirelessly for years to get this. This was an amazing beginning, and thankfully we're here, second day in operation. And actually I have Bob Martin here, who who's kind of the guy who started Kohala Radio, the idea years ago. And how is your baby, Bob, now that we're 2 days old?
It's gurgling. It's sucking a lot of milk.
You don't need. You don't think you need any diapers for it?
No. It's really good. It's a lot of excitement here by people who are just realizing that we are actually on the air. And so I just talked to Millie, a friend of mine who's calling her dad on the mainland, to ask him to get onto knkr.org and hit the Listen Now button or whatever that button is. I've forgotten what it's called.
That's fine. I'm streaming online.
Online streaming. So that's really cool. People are picking up now. Our issue right now is this place is so busy and there's so much going on that we've got to find people to talk to who are not involved in all the other things. So I guess that'll happen soon. But the next ceremony is going to be the introduction of all the players on the committee that put this reunion on. There's probably 20 to 25 people that are going to get introduced. So we'll maybe get some of that, but if we can find somebody to talk to in the meantime that's got some interesting stories, we'll do that too. So,
well, thank you, Bob. Bob's producing.
I'm really looking forward to the ceremony for the 4th of July that starts at 11. That's going to be great, and they're going to sing the national anthem, and it's supposed to be a really good singer that's doing that. She may have a sore throat out here, but no, she'll probably blow it out.
Do they have sore throats in Kohala?
Not usually. Not usually, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to walk around. I see some Coast Guard guys over there and women. I'm wondering if I might be able to walk up to somebody and interview somebody. There's a whole group there, and let's try to do this and see if anybody would be willing to speak on the radio. So I see them all over here, and so who is willing to talk on the radio live all over the world for about 2 minutes about Kohala, growing up in Kohala? Which guy? Oh, come on. You can talk. What year did you graduate school in Kohala?
1985.
So you're a newbie.
Kind of.
And you've lived here, obviously, all your life, or you...
All my life.
So you didn't go off to the mainland to go to college or something?
No.
Okay.
Work all my life.
So 1985 to now, we're talking 30 years?
Yeah.
What has been the biggest change in your life since 1985 that you've seen in North Kohala,
Oh, different people, plenty different people, you know. When we were young, we know everybody, but now, a lot of different people
So
around.
it's grown a lot.
Yeah, a little, yeah. Growing, yeah. Pretty good, yeah.
Do you remember movie theaters?
Yeah, I remember Kahetiera up in Hawaii. The Sony Theater we had.
So the kids now, what do they have to do compared to like when you were growing up?
Oh, I think most of them playing video games now. Nowadays we surf, you go hunt up the mountain, you go cane field, or you go diving for fish, you know. The kind of things we used to do, yeah.
Are you a parent?
Yeah,
okay.
3 kids.
So, like, let's think back when you were young, and your parents, you're going to go out, and you're going to go to the movies. You went to the local movie theater.
Yeah.
But now, you as a parent, if your child wants to go out to the movies, they have to drive what?
All the way at Kona.
Yeah.
Kona, yeah.
So how do you feel about something?
Ooh, not too good.
Okay.
It's a long drive, man. Long drive.
It is. Well, I appreciate that.
All right.
And the reunion is moving along, and I see you have a high school reunion for your class.
Yeah. Last week we had our reunion, 30 years, yeah.
And how many people showed up?
About Charlie? About 30. Yeah, just about 30. We had only 62 in our class.
62?
Yeah,
okay.
so at least half was there.
How many of those, would you say, of your class have moved out of Kohala?
Let me see. Maybe like about 15, maybe.
15.
Yeah, most of them still stay back here, yeah. Yeah.
And would you say that's the reason, what would you say was the reason that they have left, if they're not living here currently?
Some will go to the Navy, Army, some, I guess, move to Honolulu, maybe get better opportunities up there, yeah, you know. That's so fair.
A lot of economics.
Yeah, plenty.
Okay.
We don't want too much work around here.
It's tough.
Yeah, we got to travel far, yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your input. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know about our radio station, right? KNKR?
I work right
Right here
there.
in Kohala?
I work right next door.
Oh, you're at the hardware store?
The house.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Well,
Right.
good. Okay. Thank you much. Thank you. Okay. So there's a little semblance of a sample of what we've got here. We've got a tremendous group of people. I mean, now there's more. There's probably, since I looked up, there's maybe another 40, 50 people showing up now. I'm going to try to pick up some of the ceremony because now I hear they're starting.
Hi, everybody.
I'll be quiet for a moment.
Hey, school tours is one going on now, and then we have school tours in the afternoon 2 to 4, and then tomorrow again 2 to 4. The tours are really good. Principal Jeanette has set up the library with all the annuals, and they're all listed by years, and they're on tables. There's a sign-in sheet and a campus map. And I'm sorry about we couldn't get the kids to help us. They're all on vacation. So it's going to be more like a self-guided tour, walk the campus, the gym, cafeteria, the old cafeteria, the elevated science
Well, I just wanted to remind people who are listening and maybe driving in their cars here in Kohala, stop by the radio station behind Sunshine Hardware because at KNKR we have an open house now.
Thanks,
from
Joe.
10 till noon. So stop by and see the whole studio. Okay.
At this time, we're going to get the program started, and we have to do it in the most appropriate way. And that's with Oli. At this time, I'd like to call up Liana Wong and family to come up and do an Oli for us this morning as we begin. Liana Wong is family to the late Margaret Tablet. So this is all Kohala roots coming back home. So aloha kako, aloha kako, Kohala eo, Kohala eo.
Aloha, my name is Liana Kanoa Wong. I'm here in my ohana. This is my youngest, Puamana, my daughter, Ha'aipo, my niece, Nahiku, my nephew, Pantes, my oldest son, Kealoha Aina, my papa, James Kealoha, my tutu, Lani, Ignacio, my youngest brother, Kama, and my uncle, Belden. We're all descendants of Margaret Alu Moku Tablet, who was a kumuhula up here in Kohala, and deep Kohala roots residing in New Li'i. So if you ever go by New Li'i, you're going to see our ohana hale. The red one is still standing for now, and my uncle Belden is across the stream.
Yeah, I'd like to introduce my opponent. This is my oldest great-grand of my family. He's the oldest. And this is the youngest of my grandson, children. But the oldest and the youngest.
And we have plenty more of us. We like to share two Oli. One in Oli that represents Kamehameha and his family, and Kamehameha Ekolu specifically, but it represents the growing of our lahui, of our nation. After that Oli, we'll do a mele called Kuha'aheo. So please enjoy with us.
You're listening live from the 2015 Kohala Reunion on KNKR Radio.
Me manula no kaua akepane viline iluna o kalao luhe ke oho ke kuku ima ele kaua na pu kaua ka we kamoana olo ke fi olo ke paleo palila kuku ka huo kaua ikana hele e ka papa ana I ke alo mauna kea. Ka ua ho'o kina, ho'o kina. Ka leo kapalulu, kapalilio ka makani. Makani lule hua, lu ala kana hele. Kena hele po ai ia, nakalani kau I ke auli ke ola. Ala a oea e, au e na nei e, elele I, ka ua, Holu kaina. Holu kalahuie. Ewe kohala. We would now like to share Mele Kohala.
Aiko kamoana kailana ne Hawaii na wewe ahalulu kahonua ahaumea na kulukulu e kalani kie kaumailuna aweke aloha ole akamalihini kuhahea e kuhawaii mama kakaua o kuaina oke ehu kakahiaka ona oiwi o Hawaii nei no kula hui hawi pau a e o la mau au he a vale au kau pu alikoa o ke ave me ko kamala la valula me ka kuhi heva alumai pu alumai ne ko mano kalani po kai mai ana mena kama akahelelani kuhahea e kuhawaii mama kakaua o kuaina o ke ehu kakahiaka ona oiwi o Hawaii nei no kula hui hawi pau a e o la mau e na ue i mua e na paki a e inu vai ava ava e viva ale a hoku paa a o he hope ho i mai ai a na i vale no ka kou pau ko e mau i ke ala au e ke aloha ole a ka malihini kuhahea e ku Hawaii mama kakaua o kuaina o ke ehu kakahiaka ona oiwi o Hawaii nei no kula hui e hawi pau a e o la mau e le mau i le mau papo e na mamo aloha i le vehi a ali vehi nani o kuaina hoi a mau no ka pono si vila a hoi 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 a mai ke kuoko a kuhahea e ku Hawaii mama kakaua o kuaina o ke ehu kakahiaka ona oiwi o Hawaii nei no kula hui e hawi pau a e o la mau no kula hui e hawi pau a e o la mau mahalo
Iola e kohala eo. E kamehameha eo. E kalahui Hawaii eo. Mahalo, Laiana, Wong, and family.
what a most appropriate way to begin this celebration today. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Kohala Reunion Committee. And let's see. So why don't we just start from the top? Everybody, this is Kathy Matsuda, right up here in front of the stage. She's a co-chairperson, and she's going to be introducing the rest of the reunion committee. These folks have worked very hard to put this together. So give them a big hand right now, just right now. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time, and I was privy to a lot of those emails, especially the last couple of weeks. Anyway, here's Kathy Matsuda.
Thank you, Gino. While I'm speaking, can I have all of our committee members come up? This was a wonderful thing to plan. It took us a year and a half. We had meetings every month. I have such an outstanding committee. I couldn't have done it just by myself. They're amazing bunch of people, and I'm just mentioning the committee chairs. There were so many other volunteers that also helped and was a part of this event. And I kind of wanted to mention that we did charge a $25 registration fee. It was not completely required, but it would help. It had helped put this function together. And so I think $25 is not bad for a 4-day event, great entertainment, wonderful exhibits, tours, all kinds of activities all over Kohala going on for you. So to me, $25 is very reasonable. Thank you. And then plus bonus, you got a bag, you got a program book, some other memorabilia. Okay, so I'm going to start co-chairs with myself and also Dennis Matsuda. So please come up. Please hold your applause to the end. Thank you. So Dennis, come up. Our treasurer, she's not here, Leanna Shimini. I was also the secretary. Logistics, Joe Cavallo, Colin Kaholo. Maybe just come line up. Colin Kaholo, Harry Pasco, Dennis Matsuda. Registration, Patricia Ako. T-shirts and memorabilia, Michelle Kavai. Exhibits, Fred Cachola and Leilani Scoville. Ancient Hawaii, Missionaries, Ranches, Fred Cachola. Plantation Era, Marlene Ching. Post-Plantation Era, Tony Withington. Sports, Joe Cavallo and Liz Bautista. Kohala Future, David Fuertes. Entertainment, Yulan Paalua. Food and craft vendors, Teresa Marquez. Kohala Pride, Lani Eugenio. Stage decoration, CJ Yamamoto. He's working, but he'll be back to MC tomorrow. Program book, Julie McHugh. And our grant writer, Kendall Will. And of these committees included many other volunteers, so many to mention, but big mahalo to all of you as well. So this is our Kohala Reunion 2015 committee. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Come on, you guys. Better than that. Gosh, it's a lot of time and energy. Yeah, it's all worth it. So these are some of the tours that are going on right now. I think Joe Cavallo had mentioned that the Kohala High School tours have already been going on. It's going on today from 9 to 11 and then 2 to 4 p.m. The Kohala Radio. Hey, Kohala Gang radio station, gang. Folks excited about that? Yeah, for more than one reason or two reasons. So they're doing tours from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It's located next to the Sunshine Hardware. So the Sunshine Hardware used to be across from the Kobaji Hall. Sunshine Hardware now is in the Old Mormon Gym. So that's for all those that coming back home. It's the Old Mormon Gym is where Sunshine Hardware is. So that's Kohala Radio doing tours from 10 to 12. Konea O Kukui Talk Story with Nani Svensson at her garden. Garden History, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock today. And there'll be storytelling and music from 4:30 to 5:30. So just go to Keokea Beach Park at the Yellow Gate at the top of the hill before you go down to the beach and look for the signs. So it's right around that really sharp turn as you head into Kilkea Beach. And then this was interesting. Yesterday I was going down the coast, and I noticed that there were signs down there with numbers on them, and so you can go whenever you feel like it and do self-guided tours. There's 250 historic sites in North Kohala. So I know that there's some signs all the way down the coast past Mahukona coming up all the way up towards here. So I don't know where you can get information as far as for what the numbers mean or what's the significance of it, but I'm sure you can find out that information at the registration area. So that's what's happening today at 11 o'clock. We're going to have a short Independence Day ceremony here. From 11 to 2, we'll be having some plantation games right in the grass area over here. And then from 12 on, we're going to have some entertainment. And so go check everything out. I know there's food coming out. I know there's a lot of stuff, especially what is interesting is that go and check out the exhibits in the gym. There's a lot of good information inside there that is fun to read, and it's nice to see where we came from and where we're headed. How's that? So anyway, sit back. We're going to be starting at 11 o'clock. We're going to be doing the Independence Day parade, and I'm just going to be signing out for now. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a good day. Please enjoy and be safe.
Okay, fantastic. So, Uncle David, are you around at the studio? How about it, Uncle David?
Yes, Len. I'm here. Go
ahead.
Oh, we're going to try to see if we can increase our ability for people to listen to us on the internet. So, but don't worry about that. We got that covered. Go ahead.
Well, that's a great thing. That means that we have so many listeners that we need to increase it. That's a good thing. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Good news.
Yes, it is. And so
you know what? Great news.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic news, and we're getting a lot of feedback. People are calling in, making some great comments about all kinds of things. So it's great.
Excellent. And do we have any action at the house party that we're giving out?
Yes,
that we're having right now.
Yes. In fact, sitting in the studio with me is one of our DJs to be, Cosmic Cowgirl, and she's hanging in here with me on the saddle here. And so, but we have had.
Could you turn her mic?
Go ahead.
Could you turn Cecily's mic on?
I'm getting a negative on that one, but that's okay. Maybe I can get her on. It was a little short notice, but you know what? I'll work on her, and maybe we can get her on the mic. But we have had people come. We got John Sullivan here working.
Without his contributions and construction and doing all the ideas, we wouldn't be even beginning to put a radio station together.
If it wasn't for John, we would be out on the street. So I'm just that's my feelings. But anyway,
wait a minute. I am out on the street.
Oh, that's right, you are. So how's that working for you out there?
Well, it's a little warm. My producer makes sure that he's always in the shade, but where the speakers are is in the hot sun, which is absolutely beautiful, actually. It's really not bad at all. There's even a slight trade wind, and so it's very nice. And there are more and more people coming. The cars are coming one after the other. People keep coming in, so it is really building. They do expect to have the larger volume of people today, and especially for the 11 o'clock ceremony, because that should be pretty neat, like Bob said earlier, the Star Spangled Banner and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that also.
Well, I'm glad you're working on your tan. That's important, especially since, you live in paradise. It's you don't want anybody to think that you're not getting outside or nothing. But you're doing a great job out there.
Oh, thank you. And the studio is going good, and I'm happy to hear that we're getting people there and that things are going really good. So this is KNKR 96.1 FM, Kohala Radio, and this is our second day of broadcasting, and we're doing it live from the 2015 Kohala Reunion at King Cam Park. And there's so many different things. There's lots of T-shirts available. There's, if you register, you got, as they were saying, you got the bag and you got these maps. How many people, I didn't, knew that there were easily 50 accessible historic sites in Kohala that you can take a little self-tour at. Some of them are pretty neat. So you should come here and, even if nothing else, pick up that particular map. Yesterday, I had a really good lunch here. I had some Ono, and it was Ono, so it was really good. And so I encourage people to come and have some lunch. And Mr. Martin is going around trying to find interviewees. Oh, and look who I found. My goodness, I found Kathy Matsuda. Kathy,
Hi.
Your voice has been on our airwaves as the PSA for the reunion, and we appreciate you doing it. I heard you got some feedback about doing it.
Yes, well, I went in my car and I turned on the radio station and I heard my voice. So it was really awesome.
You must have turned it on when I was, repeating it over and over.
Yes, I've been telling people to listen to the radio station for all the announcements, and I've been catching you folks on Facebook, too.
Oh, yes. Facebook has been getting quite a lot of hits. It's actually great social media, which getting everybody involved.
Yes, it has been. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy, and good luck. And it looks like everything is going really good. I'm looking forward to, who's singing the Star Spangled Banner again? We have some good singers, I was told.
I believe it's Christine Vega.
Christine. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. And the color guard, that should be really exciting. So come on down. You still have some time to get over here for the 11 o'clock ceremony.
I'm one of them.
We're back to you, Len, on live, and I think we're talking to Henry DeLong, if I'm not mistaken, and
1947.
you're on air.
Supposed to graduate, and they're not much anymore on Kohala. There's only two I know of. I met them yesterday, and I told them what happened to our guys. So, but anyway, as far as the union is concerned, I'm very happy to see this celebration going on, because I hope they don't stop this, because 5 years from now, it's going to be different kind of clientele. Because 5 years from now, it's a lot of years that's gone bypass. And I hope to be around to see it.
You will be?
I will be, hopefully.
When I used to go to the senior club and you were the president, I stopped going after you stopped being the president. But no, you haven't changed. That's like 6-7 years. So you look, in fact, I think you got younger.
Oh, thank you so very much for that compliment.
So Henry, I'm 76. How old are you?
This month, I'll be 86 years old.
Well, you look like you're like 30.
What is your secret?
My secret is keep on smiling, and the whole world smile with you. That's the secret of my lifestyle.
I believe that you really believe that.
And that's my therapy. Smile and keep on smiling. Yeah, music is my therapy.
Music, the main thing.
Music is my therapy.
So we want to get you on the radio with your music.
Okay, one day.
Really, though? Really?
Together. Thanks, Bob and Len, thank you so very much, and I hope everybody realize it's a wonderful event, and thanks to the weather that everything came out good.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Thanks for talking.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go now, and the ceremony is beginning. And so let's go to the front, and I got to go meander through all these people because there's so many people here now. Okay, so we're moving towards the front, and we're going to start the ceremonies with the Star Spangled Banner and the 4th of July.
You need to be seen, but not at that critical point yet. That's where they're at, and of course we have Lehua and Taba over there. And a taste of Filipino. Right behind you, they're serving breakfast back there, and I forget what was, but they're serving breakfast and lunch. The one thing that I did know when I was back there, that it's probably the only tent that accepts Visa,
MasterCard, American Express, and Discover's cards. So, those that don't have cash, that's the place to be. Right in the back of them is Hula and Byron back there selling mochico chicken plate back there. Then we got, coming up towards this way. And as soon as I get over there, I'll announce for you folks what I find out over there. But spread throughout the areas are the class reunions and the family reunions. So anyway, check it out when you folks have a chance. We're gonna get started here with the Independence Day ceremony, and hitting that whole thing up is Joe Carvalho coming up right now, or Colin Kohala. Everybody, this is Joe Carvalho over here at the podium. We have a Independence Day ceremony, and I know they're gonna be telling you folks more about it. Everybody, this is Joe Carvalho and Colin Kohala.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Gino. If I can have all the participants for the ceremony, please come up to the stage. Mr. Hoffman.
The color guard is coming. There's
all right, Christine Vega. Christine, are you here?
Alumni, and they're asking for Christine Vega. She's going to be singing, and I guess they're looking for her to come up to the front. So waiting for that, but the color guard is ready. The American and Hawaiian flags are there.
Okay, you guys can just hang loose for a while.
Well, we're definitely on Hawaiian time. Okay, so. This is the other one.
As we were waiting for the ceremony to get started, I just have a couple more announcements. This should be really popular today, and it's called Island Crave, and they're selling shave ice back there next to the first aid booth over there. They look like they're in a small little house, small little greenhouse. So if you folks get hot and you folks like some shave ice, that's where you can get them. A piece of Hawaii, and I'm not sure, Kara's creation. So go over there and Kara makes some handcrafted jewelry and stuff like that. So go check out Kara. And then right next door is, I don't know who that over there, but she waving and we get the same shirt. But I do see over there, and I can still see kind of that far with the help of contacts, is Brother Pop. So that's another place where you can cool off and get some refreshment. Go ahead and also check out the exhibits in the gym. I know I mentioned this earlier. It was really funny. Well, not funny. It was good fun, and was also very educational to go and see Kohala and where we came from. I mean, really where we came from. We're talking going back to Hawaiian historical days all the way up until today, and also looking at where we're heading towards in the future. This Kohala Reunion was on the community reunion was on the radio island-wide. And there's a lot of people that come through here for my work. They come from Hilo and come from Honoka, who come from Kona. And they really freak out that we have a community reunion, and we've been having it since the year 2000. And so they're thinking like, wow, Kohala, you guys get something going on over there, and really how special this place is. Everybody else outside recognizes that because they wish they have what we have, had what we have. Okay. So I got the okay from Joe Cavalli. I'm going to step off stage right now. Joe, your show.
Okay. Thank you, Gino. Okay, everybody, welcome to our 4th of July ceremony. First item on board will be the posting of the colors from the 129 Cav Hilo office. Everybody, please rise. The colors. These are Step Sergeant Russell, Garcia, and Molina, and PFC Waterman. Waterman is the Wahini. Okay, everybody join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now we'll do the national anthem, and there's Christine. Everybody remain standing, please.
Just got over on cold. Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts with watch were so gallantly streaming, and the packet red thou burst bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave? Hawaii, Honoi, Nanai, Kogoi, Kalani, Ali, Ke Ali, Makua, Lani, E, Kameha, Meha, E, Nakawa, E, Parie, Mekahi, E, Makua, Lani, E, Kameha, Meha, E, Nakawa, E, Parie, Mekahi, E. Thank you.
Christine with a very sore
Okay,
throat.
we'll have the.
She did very
Everybody
well.
give a big hand for Christine. She has a bad cold. Thank you. Okay, we'll have the invocation from Kealoha Sugiyama.
O mai ka ike papalua e. O mai ka ike papalua e. O mai, o mai, o mai ka ike papalua e. Kamakala, ikamako ka opua, o kalaikini, o kalehua, uia ke ala ikamaile, mai ka poli o ke au, he ali a, Eloha e
This chant says that when the sun rose in the heavens from the east, liberation for us all began. Liberation to be and to do and to enjoy as we choose in this land of opportunity. And as the sun peeks through the clouds, the peeping are the eyes of the forefounders who created this liberation for us all. And as they look upon us, they ask that we continue their intention, the intention of goodness for one and for all. And so, Heavenly Father, God, we are truly grateful to live in the land of paradise, this place we call home, this place we call Kohala, this place we call Hawaii. And we are truly blessed to have all the ohana of here, Kohala, together to renew our friendship, our aloha for one another, and to have fun for these few days. We are truly grateful also for our favorite son of Kohala, Kamehameha, who also saw the need for liberation for our Hawaii Islands, and that he unified all of us under one rule. We are also truly grateful for the leaders in our community, for their foresight in the present and the future, and their intention of liberation through sustainability. We are truly blessed with your gift, and we say thank you. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
You're listening to KNKR
Thank
LP
you, Pielo.
96.1 FM, Kohala Radio.
You may be seated.
John's
Before I
going to speak.
introduce the next speaker, I'd like to acknowledge the men who brought this program for you today, and they're in the 10th air. If you guys could all please rise, starting with our man, Swampa Victus. Everybody stand, please. We have about 30-something members. Mario Lebron, Ralph Galan, Paul Antonio, Bobby Glory, and I can see he's back there, Clive, Ivan, and Rocky Perez, and there's other people who couldn't make it today. But thank you guys very much. Oh, and Harold Higa. Thank you guys very much for being here and bringing the program. Okay, and the leader of these men is our own Colin Kaholo.
Shaking hands with all the military and Pete Hoffman, and now he's about to speak.
It's a beautiful day. Oh, Mother Nature painted herself pretty today for us. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, fellow veterans. I would like to extend my aloha to all of you for being here on this memorial occasion. It is our country's Day of Independence and a day of family gathering known as 4th of July. This is North Kohala's 4th annual reunion, and it is our second ceremony program to the Independence Day of celebration. I would like to thank all of you for being part of this ceremony today, 4th of July. I thank you very much.
Kohala Kupa. That was from Fred Kachola. Kohala Strong. Kohala has a long history of people serving in the military. And Kohala people are the better for it. And they made Kohala stronger. Just want to put that in there. Our next speaker was our councilman for 8 years, retired colonel from the United States Army, Pete Hoffman.
Pete Hoffman, former consul, coming up to the mic.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to be back here in North Kohala on this Independence Day ceremony and participating in this portion of the Kohala Reunion. Now, my friend Joe here, when he extended the invitation to me to appear today, made sure that I had 3 rules that he told me I had to follow. 1, I had to be on time. 2nd, I had to be brief. And thirdly, I had to be gone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm on time. I hope I can manage the other 2 as successfully. Any 4th of July ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, consists of a few speeches like you're going to hear right now, a vast consumption of food, perhaps a parade, and then lots of fireworks. And that's the way it should be on this particular occasion, if for no other reason than to remember the struggles and trials that our country has gone through for the past 239 years. Despite a very difficult beginning, despite the grueling struggle of our Civil War, despite the questionable provisions in our initial Constitution regarding people of color, despite economic problems and difficulties, the advent of partisan politics, and despite the changes that have come to this society because of World War II, Vietnam, and the war on terrorism. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, despite the plague of racism that still affects our country, as was demonstrated just a few short weeks ago in Charleston, South Carolina, despite all these difficulties, our country has remained afloat and remains a beacon for democracy and human rights for all societies on our planet. Are we perfect? No, not by a long shot. But every day I am gratified that I live here in this country and able to continue to exercise my rights in this experiment in democracy. I can't imagine a better place and a better model in which to live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of how we see this particular 4th of July ceremony, there are several things that I think we should keep in perspective. I would like to focus your attention today, not on the 4th of July. I'd like to do something a little different. I'd like to focus your attention on the 5th of July. And by that I mean the days, weeks, and months following this particular ceremony. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, the real key to the success of our democracy lies in the vitality of thousands of small communities, local communities, just like yourself here in North Kohala. These communities spread throughout the country. The success of our experiment in democracy, ladies and gentlemen, is centralized in the quality of life of these communities, where government leaders and local residents can sit down and strive to find effective solutions for the problems that face us today. When we are able to do that, when we are able to make good solutions to the problems that exist in our community, our country prospers, and the quality of life in our community is improved. I ask that on the 5th of July, ladies and gentlemen, you recommit your time, talent, and resources to address these issues that affect us today. Now, you may be asking, well, what is this guy talking about? What problems do we have? Let me give you a couple of examples. First of all, despite an almost perfect climate and environment in which we are blessed to live, there continues to be a significant food problem on this island.
Former Councilman Pete Hoffman speaking.
When this celebration is held today, I ask that you return to your homes and understand that all too many people on this island do not have enough to eat on a regular basis. The Hawaii Island Food Basket, for instance, indicates that 1 out of every 3 of the residents on this island are provided some type of services from their store of supplies. If we wish to ensure that the quality of life in our communities here in North Kohala and in the rest of this island continue to prosper and flourish, I suggest to you this is a good problem to attack. Let me give you another example. When this celebration is finished today, most of us will be privileged to return to our comfortable homes. And while we may be very fortunate in being able to do that, we must remember that all too many individuals and families on this island lack adequate housing, and the problem is continuing. Despite the advent of a new surge of development on high-end housing for our resort communities, unfortunately, the lack of housing for our low and medium income families is also growing. Several surveys conducted by the County Housing Administration indicate that several thousand more units are going to be needed on this island by the year 2020 if we are to even keep pace with the demands of adequate housing. How do we address this problem, ladies and gentlemen? I ask that on the 5th of July, we use our time, talents, and treasure to seek some adequate solutions to these issues. Food security, adequate housing have got to be some of the highest priorities here on our island if we are to continue to prosper as a community. Let me change tack just for a minute, if I could, and address one other issue that I'm particularly concerned about. You know, when we come here today on the 4th of July, we celebrate the advent of our civil rights, our Bill of Rights, and our Constitution, and that's the way it should be. But let's not forget, folks, that for each and every right we celebrate here today, there's a corresponding responsibility. I'm thinking specifically of our right to vote. Do you know that in the past several primary elections in this district and island-wide, approximately 40% of the registered voters took time to cast a ballot? Not eligible voters, I'm talking only registered voters. Now I understand, folks, sometimes we forget to do that, and sometimes we take our rights for granted. And sometimes it's easy to offer an excuse or an alibi why we don't participate. Yes, there's probably some political chaos in Washington or Honolulu. I understand that. And yes, I understand that perhaps some of you have lost faith in the people who supposedly work within this system. I'm sorry for that. But each time we fail to exercise our right to vote, we weaken the democracy we are celebrating here today. We must understand that if we do not vote, we weaken the response that we as a community working together can also expend on those problems I mentioned before. On the 5th of July, folks, I ask that you recommit yourselves to participation in local government so that next year in 2016, when another primary and general election takes place, we'll cast aside our alibis and our excuses and take the few minutes it takes to enter your vote in this process. Our democracy, ladies and gentlemen, depends upon it. Now, Joe, that pretty much completes my comments today. I hope I kept within the time that you sent out. Thank you. I'm getting the yes out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much for allowing me this privilege to come and participate in this ceremony. I ask again, as I say on the 5th of July, please recommit your time, effort, and money to address those issues that really affect our society and our communities. Food insecurity, lack of adequate housing, and yes, failure to participate all the time in our government. I can't imagine a better way if we do this in celebrating the 4th of July in 2016 and in the years to follow. God bless each and every one of you and your families. God bless the men and women of our armed forces, wherever they may be serving. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
That was former Councilman Pete Hoffman, and they're deciding who's going next. Joe's about.
Thank you very much, Pete. About 11 minutes, but it's okay. Okay, I have a insert here on our program. I'd like to recognize or call upon a man that married Gayleen Shigeta from Kapa'au. Her father was the postmaster at one time in Kapa'au. And her husband is the Adjutant General of Hawaii National Guard.
Hawaiian National Guard. Our
Yes.
two-star general, who wants to say a few words.
Aloha and good morning. On behalf of my wife, who we came up here on vacation from Honolulu to spend a few weeks or a few days of the week here to enjoy North Kohala, to bring her back for the reunion. And then I found out that, oh, by the way, we're going to call you up on stage and ask you to say a few words. And that's normal. The Guard has taught us how to stand in front of people and talk. It's a normal activity as an officer as you grow up. And as a police officer in Honolulu, you learn how to react and stay awake and stay prepared for what happens. But on behalf of my boss, the governor of the state of Hawaii, Governor Ige, and myself as the Adjutant General and all the people of the State Department of Defense, I just want to say thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here. I know the governor always espouses that he wants Hawaii back to being ohana and family and to bring our local people back to Hawaii. And we espouse that. That's why Gayleen and I are up here in Kohala, where she's from. And all of you that came from far away, whether the mainland or foreign country or from Honolulu like us, or even Kauai, Maui, or Molokai, or even as far as Hilo or South Point or Kona. Thank you very much for being up here. Thank you very much for what you do. To all of our veterans, thank you for your service. As you know, we got the 50th anniversary of Vietnam, and we want, as a country, as a nation, to say thank you to our Vietnam veterans who never really got the recognition and the homecoming that all of us did as we deployed to either Desert Storm or Operation Iraqi Freedom or Enduring Freedom. So we want to welcome all of our Vietnam veterans back. Thank you very much for what you do. And also we have Korean War memorial things going on. We have the attack on Pearl Harbor Memorial, the 75th, and then we have the 100th memorial for World War I. So a lot of events going on the next few years. So I thank you all for who you are. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for inviting me here.
Okay, and we're going to take a short break. And if Uncle David is ready to play a little bit of music, we'll play a little song. Okay, and so we'll take a short break while the studio goes back to a little music, and then we'll come back live from the 2015 Kohala Reunion. And again, you're listening to KNKR 96.1 FM, Kohala Radio.
Good afternoon. This is Cecily DeVille, your Cosmic Cowgirl, broadcasting from KNKR 96.1 LPFM in Kohala. Earlier, you were listening to the live broadcast from the Kohala Reunion from 10 to noon. And I would like you to know that we'll be back on the air live from 2 to 4 this afternoon, broadcasting again. That broadcast will start out with an interview from the famous Fred Coachella. Tune in for that. Right now, we're going to rebroadcast the earlier segments in case you missed anything for your listening pleasure. Mahalo.